Let's talk to Kathy in Boston. Hey, Kathy, listen, before we get going here,
Okay.
I'm an Astros fan, and if you're from Boston, they're about to play your Red Sox. By the time this episode comes out, we'll know the outcome of this series, but I'm just letting you know. Just letting you know.
Okay.
I'm starting this conversation a little bit on edge, but that's cool. So what's up?
Well, thank you for taking my call.
You got it.
And I have a situation at home. My husband and I are both 52, and my son is 25. He lives at home. He's been unemployed for a year. He doesn't collect unemployment. And every time we try to get him out of the house, he refuses to leave. And he doesn't want to talk about his past situation with his last job, which I do know what had happened. But he's using that as an excuse to why he can't get a job that he needs to work things through.
What do you mean he won't leave your house? What does that mean?
Well, we've tried to kick him out a couple times because he really ticked off me and my husband.
How do you try to kick him out? Like he's a 25-year-old man. You tell him you put all the stuff in the yard or you call the police.
Well, he doesn't leave the house, so it's hard to get into his room and throw everything out.
Kathy, this is your house. I know he's your son. I know you love him. But it sounds like you're encouraging him to leave, or you might get loud. But
I feel like I'm enabling him.
Yeah, absolutely, 1,000%. Why doesn't he work? What happened at the last job?
It's a long situation, but basically,
just in one sentence, what happened?
He misread a girl's actions, and he got fired for sexual harassment. But he did not. Nothing physical happened.
Okay, he got fired for sexual harassment, and what does he do? What's his trade? What does he do for a living? What does he want to do?
Usually he works in warehouses, but his dream is to be a writer, a director, and he stays at home and he writes. I mean, he's not just playing video games. I mean, he doesn't really play video games, but he's always in his room whenever I go in there. He's either writing, reading, not just playing video games.
So here's the thing.
He wants...
You know why he stays at home?
Because it's comfortable.
Because he can. You know why he doesn't have a job? Because he can. Why he reads books as a 25-year-old and isn't contributing to your home or to his community or even furthering his career? Because he can. And my guess is there's no way this is new. How long have you guys been propping him up for? Probably since he was really little, huh?
Yeah, but he's always been pretty independent on his own. My daughter was the one who needed all the attention, but I mean, he's always been quiet. I mean, it's just this past year it's just been he won't work, he won't get a job. My husband and I have tried to get him a job between my two jobs.
But Kathy, he doesn't need one. He doesn't need a job. Why would he work?
Because
it would be insane for him to work. He has the greatest situation any 25-year-old not with a romantic partner could dream of. Free food, free rent. He just gets to read books all day and write the great American novel or write a screenplay. He doesn't have to do anything.
True.
Like finding him a job is like a fruitless exercise. He doesn't need one. He's got everything taken care of. And
so what do you suggest? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you know what to do. I don't need to suggest anything to you. You have one of two options. You can continue just to support him, and then maybe one day his great American screenplay will come through. Probably less than 1/1000% chance that happens because screenwriters are on set. Screenwriters are getting coffee for people. I've known screenwriters. People in the industry are in the industry. They are hustling 365, 24/7, and then they write at night. They are around films being made. They are around other writers. They have writers groups. They are sending their stuff. They're always in the middle of things. You want to find people who are in the film industry? I work with some of them. They are all over the place. Sarah right here makes movies in the evening and edits them and cuts them. I mean, people who are in that and make it are doing it 24/7, 365. They're not in their mom's house reading books. So he's not going to be successful doing this, but maybe he'll send the email that the great agent opens and such. Or you can give him the greatest gift a parent could give him, which is responsibility, participation, and consequences, accountability. That's love.
Right. That's what we want to give him.
You don't
want to make him homeless.
You don't want to give it to him. You want to give it to him.
No, I do want to give it to him. I'm just afraid of making him homeless.
He might be homeless, but that won't be you making him. That will be a 25-year-old man choosing it. Do you see the difference?
I do.
It is not your responsibility if your 25-year-old man of a son chooses to be homeless at this point. Does he have mental health issues? Does he have physical health issues?
No physical health issues, but, mental illness does run in the family. I mean, I have my bipolar and anxiety issues. My daughter has her issues. I mean, do I think he's dealing with depression? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Millions of people are dealing with depression. It's been an ugly, ugly couple of years. No question about it. But my guess is at some point, a 24-year-old is sitting there staring at a warehouse and doesn't know what to do next, and then he just cashes out. Here's what I'm going to do. I want you to stay on the line. I'm going to send you something for free for him. I'm going to send you, my friend Ken Coleman has a career assessment. He's got a new book coming out. I'm going to send both of them to you for free. Okay?
Oh, thank you.
But here's the thing. You're going to give that to him, and then you're going to give him I'm not going to tell you what to do, because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you need to kick him out, which you do. And then you're going to, and then he's going to be homeless and something's going to happen. You're going to blame me. That's what enablers do.
No.
Okay? So
I wouldn't blame you.
If it's my kid, he's out of my house in 30 days. He's out of my house in 60 days. I might even pay his first month's rent of his new one-bedroom apartment. But he's got 60 days, 30 days, and then he's gone. And here's a couple of tools to help you find out what you want to do, because you don't want to do warehouse forever. Maybe you do. Maybe you want to work up the supply chain. You're going to have to write your screenplay at night because you got to eat, brother, because I'm not feeding you anymore. I'm not paying your bills anymore. And Kathy, you know this. You know this, right?
I do. I really do.
And your husband, he knows this?
Absolutely.
So who's protecting your son? One of you two is at the last minute goes, no, let's let him stay another night. Who is it? Is it you?
Me.
Man, love your son enough to hold him responsible for his actions. He's a 25-year-old man. Now's the time.
Okay. So I guess in 30 days I'll be throwing his stuff out the window.
Hey, I've seen it where it gets ugly. He says, I'm not leaving. And then he's going to call your bluff. And then you got to decide.
Yeah, that's what he has been doing.
Am I going to call the police? Are we going to take all of his stuff and have it moved out of your home? And actually, it's your stuff unless he purchased it with his own money. So if it's beds and dressers and things that y'all bought, it's y'all's. But at some point, he's going to call your bluff, and you're going to have to decide ahead of time. So take your husband out, and you say, I'm sorry that I've been kicking this can down the road for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. It's time for our son to grow up. And I know it's hard, and I know there's a pandemic and blah, blah, blah. He's got to start grinding. He's got to start figuring out life. As my friend Henry Cloud says, what he's in desperate need is some problems. He needs some actual problems like hunger and shelter to get his butt in gear. He's got to go to work. And if you are 25 at home working on your screenplay and you don't have a job, go get a job. Figure it out. Man, it's frustrating. Frustrating. And I know it's hard, Kathy. Now's the time. You got to make your move.